So I've seen this petition about AI, AGI, and jobs. We must act now, and I did not sign it. So let me briefly articulate here why. I mean, there's not much to it, right? It's 3 paragraphs saying AI might get much more powerful soon. Yes. This may reshape the economy faster, the Industrial Revolution. Yes. Therefore, we, meaning economists, policymakers, technology leaders, have got to act now. But they don't say exactly what the action is. Now, of course, yes, economists and policymakers should be, they should be acting now in a way that indicates understanding of the ongoing AGI revolution. So on the surface of it, of course, it's something no one can really argue with. But on the other hand, I read Noah Smith's piece on why he didn't sign, and I think what he said made a lot of sense. So, I mean, who is the we and what kind of action are they thinking of? Now, they don't say, but there's some significant clues here, right? I mean, the most specific clue is steering AI in a direction that complements humans. Now, again, if you don't think too hard, sure. I mean, why not? Of course, we want that. But if you look a little beneath the surface, so this is a tell regarding the Acemoglu School of Economics, which is anti-AGI and which is in favor of steering or redirecting AI development away from autonomous AGI systems toward AIs that are tools and helpers for people. And again, nothing wrong with AIs that are tools or helpers for people. We want those, but we don't want those to the exclusion of AGIs that will just automate stuff that people, have to tediously spend their time doing now when there are more rewarding things that people could be doing. And I mean, another notion kind of hidden around the edges here is, there's some suitably wise body of people who will look at a technology that's emerging very fast and in many ways doesn't exist yet and, figure out how to redirect its development toward outcomes that they, in their wisdom, have decided in advance are the good outcomes, right? I mean, those of us who've been around AI a while, we know that no one, including ourselves, can predict what AI is going to be able to do at what point in time with what capability, nor what impact an AI technology is going to have on what industry after people pivot and adapt to it in their own flexible ways, right? Just like no one could have told you in, the 1760s or whatever, what the steam engine was going to do to employment. And no one can tell you now which AGI architectures are going to totally replace human work and which will complement human work. I mean, yeah, there's some obvious things, right? Like, yes, you will have a plumbing robot, you will have a roofing robot. Like, robots with a non-human form factor are going to be better at doing some of these things. And then you probably won't have, robots replacing humans in teaching preschool or something. That there's some human bonding that's important there. But, there's so many other intermediate cases. And then what happens once you get to a superintelligence? Okay, maybe it does essentially all work. But at each step en route to superintelligence, I mean, which job categories will be taken over by AI versus have humans complement AI to which extent? Like, none of us are going to be able to predict that. We're going to work it out as we go, like tap dancing furiously and hopefully sometimes artistically. Some expert committee of economists and so on is totally not going to be able to figure all this out for for everyone, right? So I totally don't trust any centralized committee to, in the phrasing of this petition, build the incentives, guardrails, and institutions. No, I don't want anyone there building the incentives, guardrails, and institutions for me, right? Even if these are super genius people in some way, they're not going to understand what's going on either. Like AGI is going to be the most consequential thing our species has ever made. I see the reflex to hand it shaping to some central committee, but that's a wrong reflex at the wrong moment, right? The alternative is to we must act now. The alternative is not do nothing. I mean, it's just another variation of let a handful of big companies in San Francisco and Beijing decide, right? Whether it's Washington, San Francisco, Beijing, we don't want the expert committee to decide everything. Like, what's the alternative? Open the fucking thing up, right? Make the development of AI and AGI as decentralized, participatory, and self-organizing as we can manage. So the entity shaping it is not an expert panel, but a non-expert planet, right? Like many architectures, many value systems, many cultures, multitude of economic arrangements, all running in parallel, competing, cooperating, combining, correcting each other, right? We don't want to turn the transformation of the economy away to some expert committee of ultra-wise, self-appointed stewards, right? We want the diverse mechanism of the global brain of human society to be guiding the creation and the deployment of AGI and actual complementarity with humans in real life. That's way more likely to emerge from this kind of broad bottom-up ferment than to be engineered from the top by anyone. Like, complementarity at this level is not a property that you write into a policy brief or a software spec sheet, right? Complementarily, it's a relationship. We're talking about a relationship here between biological life forms and emerging digital life forms, right? Relationships get worked out in the doing, like in the messy back and forth of billions of people and billions of AI agents, interacting with each other, of people building and forking and remixing systems in ways no committee could anticipate and no committee would ever have approved, right? I mean, this is why I didn't sign. It's not because nobody should do anything. It's because we don't want a centralized, steered, the expert committee who sets up the incentives and guardrails knows best type of future, right? We want the opposite of that, open, decentralized, shaped by everyone who cares to participate, which is pretty much how most of the great things on the planet have gotten shaped, right? Like if we have a later version of this, which is like, we all must do this together now in an open-ended, decentralized, free, and, not centrally determined manner, yes, then I'll sign that, and more important than signing it, I'll keep making it happen, which I'm doing now. Yeah.